Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm so excited for you to meet my guest today. This is Lisa of Lisa Drew Wellness, and she does all kinds of really wonderful things to help people get healthy. And to start though, Lisa, I want to talk to you about your background because you were not always a healthy eater or a fitness expert. So tell us about your story, where you came from.
Well, I'm Dominican and Irish, so I grew up with rice and beans and meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
so,
two
very different backgrounds, but I grew up on all kinds of cuisine. So I have a real love and affinity for all kinds of foods. And I tell my clients, go international as much as you can, bring it into your home.
So aside from growing up in this really kind of ethnically diverse household, you also had a lot of friends who influenced your eating as well, right?
Right. So it was, pasta everywhere. And, I didn't know why I was getting sick each time after eating it, from being bloated to headachy and everything else. So years later, when I'm like, okay, I heard about this gluten-free thing, let me start with that. So the more that I studied about it and realized, okay, this is an actual illness, let me take it seriously.
So, and this is really interesting because gluten-free food obviously is a huge fad right now and has been in the last year or two. And a lot of people are like thinking like, I'm going to cut out this gluten, I'm going to lose all this weight. And they can, and maybe they'll feel better. But do you look at it as like a fad diet?
No, it is not a fad at all. And I just want to be very clear on that. It is not a fad. Their gluten sensitivity, gluten allergy, it is very real. Celiac disease is on the rise. I was never tested for celiac, but it is a true illness. Gluten sensitivity is true. Gluten allergy is true. No, it is not a fad.
So you can help your clients kind of learn more about this,
absolutely.
right?
And that's what I do. Because people with fibromyalgia, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, any inflammatory illness, just by simply cutting out gluten and dairy, which are inflammatory foods, by cutting out those inflammatory foods, you'll notice that you're a lot better.
And so not only do you kind of specialize in this gluten-free stuff, but you also help people with diabetes and heart disease as well, right?
Right, and I tell my diabetic clients as well, whether you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, especially if you have type 2 diabetes, it can be cured with food. Simply going gluten and dairy free, in addition to some other things. I'm not just going to say that's it, and the reason why I say dairy with that is because A, humans are not meant to drink another animal's milk. A calf is meant to drink a cow's milk. Babies are meant to drink breast milk, you know, and so on and so forth. You don't see a goat go up to a cow, and that's what I say in my talks. And people are like, oh yeah, that's true, you don't see that. There are other ways to get calcium in your body. Almond milk is a big one.
And even greens, right?
And, dark leafy greens. We have Brussels sprouts here. That's a way to get calcium in cabbage. So there's a whole lot of ways to get it in.
You have so many good ideas, and you do so much really great stuff, and you can find out more about what Lisa does by checking out her website, which is on the screen right now. And let's get eating some food after you're here. And this is really neat because we think about the holidays and we think about like vegan and or gluten-free options being really tricky. What are you going to feed for people? So I feel like the dishes I made today, they are vegan and they are gluten-free, will come in really handy maybe if you're panicking at home.
Yeah, don't panic.
Any guests with food sensitivities.
Roasting vegetables is the best thing to do because it brings out the natural sweetness. My mom, God bless her, I love her. I love you, Mom, but you boiled the vegetables down to death with butter, salt, and pepper. But it took me to realize, okay, let's roast things up. Okay.
And all their flavor comes through.
All the flavor, the natural sugars, you see the browning here, that's caramelization. That's the natural sugars of the vegetables. So if you don't like Brussels sprouts, try them again.
Yeah, I hear you. We're going to try them right now.
Yum.
I love them.
I do too. And pomegranates, superfood. Lots of antioxidants in there, so it's a perfect combination, and it's festive.
It is. It's really pretty. And then this is some of that delicata squash with some quinoa and some leeks and potatoes and apple in there. So I think that's a really good celebratory holiday meal too, right?
And you made them individual, which is great because that's a meal right there in and of itself.
Well, if you want to learn more about Lisa and her work, you can check out her website. And as always, we will see you on Save the Kales next time. So thank you for joining us, guys. Bye-bye.